Miss Morrow, this is your son, and your complaint is that you paid Mr. Dietz $2,500, signed a contract with him in order for him to teach your son the art of tattooing. He's not my son. Who is he? He's my boyfriend. Oh my goodness, you have good taste. Thank you. Laughter nice. Laughter, why would you pay for him? Why can't he pay for himself? That's why I looked at it. I said, must be his son. Why were you paying for him to have a profession? Well, we do things for each other. We've been together for 3 years, and it was just a mutual thing. Just because it came out of my bank account doesn't mean that it wasn't to build our future. Are you engaged? Yes. Does he live with you? Yes, ma'am. Do you work now? Yes, ma'am. Were you working before? Yes. Doing what? Plenty of things. Construction. Lots of just very, very odd things, but definitely making money off of them and contributing to the household. Yes, ma'am, but you didn't have money for this apprenticeship. Not at the time, personally. So tell me about the discussion that you had, Mr. Wilson, with Miss Morrow about her laying out the money for this apprenticeship. At first, it was kind of a shock because she did offer it out of the blue, but I understood when she offered that. Well, explain that to me. Is this something that you'd always wanted to do? How did you find him? Well, I've always had a passion for art, miss, and generally she saw that in me, and she saw that it was a very strong thing for me to follow, and she pushed me to see that. And once I understood that more, I saw where she was going with it and trying to get me into that type of profession. And that's really where that came from. So she actually found Mr. Dietz as well, or did you find Mr. Dietz? She did. How did you find him, Miss Morrow? I was talking to a friend of mine about it's hard to find an apprenticeship. Most shops don't have room or don't have the time, and a friend of mine said, well, Mike in Smyrna might have room. So I contacted him on Facebook. He'd actually said that he knew me before from the job that I had before. I was a manager of a grocery store and said he'd been in there several times. And I said, I'm sorry, I don't remember you. He said, yeah, you were. Usually too busy to talk. And I said, do you have room for an apprenticeship? And I said, and how much would it be? He said, well, if it's for you free, I could use a pretty girl around here. And I said, no, it's not for me. I can't draw. I said, but it's for my boyfriend. He said, well, I usually charge anywhere from $2,500 to $5,000. Is that what you said? Yes, ma'am. When was the last time you got $5,000 from somebody for an apprenticeship, and tell me their name and their number? I'm just dying to hear. Typically, a $5,000 apprenticeship is not a first name. I haven't done a $5,000 apprenticeship. Well, that's what I want to know. So when you said typically I charge between $2,500 and $5,000, you've never done a $5,000 apprenticeship. Yeah, the reason being is usually